Emma and Reed are passionately kissing, about to spend a wonderful night together. Just before that, Emma unexpectedly overhears Mason and Sheldon talking negatively about her. Mason, whom she has secretly admired for 10 years, looks down on her like this, which saddens Emma. The next morning, Emma discovers Reed standing by the window, waiting for her to wake up. Seeing the love bite on Reed's neck, Emma feels very shy and doesn't know how to apologize. Suddenly, Reed proposes marriage, shocking Emma. However, she is unaware that Reed has secretly admired her for 10 years. Before leaving, Reed even kneels down to put on her shoes. In the car, Emma receives the news that John is in the police station and rushes over. John got into a fight with Mason because he was upset about Mason speaking badly about Emma. Inside the police station, Sheldon accuses John of hitting Mason. John, however, seems unconcerned. Mason had to leave early due to an emergency, coincidentally just as Emma arrives. John recognizes Reed's identity as a CEO. On the other side, Mason is unable to contact Emma and mistakenly believes that Emma is playing hard to get. After leaving the police station, John still feels surprised by Reed's appearance. John notices the love bite on Reed's neck. Upon learning that Reed and Emma are about to get married, John feels incredulous. He suspects Reed of having ulterior motives, but Reed confesses that he has secretly loved Emma for 10 years, which surprises them. Reed takes Emma home. Seeing the clothes, jewelry, and gifts Reed has prepared, Emma feels very surprised. She experiences being valued for the first time. Looking at Reed's deep affection and his kindness towards her, Emma is very surprised and shyly takes the new clothes to change into. Reed has prepared some gifts and accompanies Emma back to her home. Gentlemanly, Reed helps Emma out of the car, planning to visit her foster mother before getting the marriage certificate. Facing Emma's plan to get married, her foster mother Mary doesn't seem very concerned and isn't curious about Reed's identity, which worries John. He wonders why Mary isn't showing care for Emma. However, Mary coldly instructs the maid to bring over Emma's late mother's belongings. Emma feels a bit sad about this, and Reed gently holds her hand to give her courage. After handing over Emma's dowry, Mary turns and leaves, ignoring John's protests. Reed looks at Emma, who forces a smile. John catches up with Emma, wanting to explain Mary's attitude, but Emma has already made up her mind. Inside the car, Reed sees through Emma's forced strength, and he suddenly takes out a candy, telling Emma that in the future, she can unconditionally trust and rely on him. Reed's grandfather, Stephen, is delighted to hear that Reed has been dating a girl recently. Looking at Emma's photo, Stephen is also very pleased. Reed finally marries Emma as he wished, which makes him extremely excited. After secretly admiring Emma for 10 years, he is now happily married to her. Excitedly, he takes a photo of the marriage certificate and posts it on social media, receiving blessings from family and friends. On the other side, Mason is still curious why he can't reach Emma and continues to think that Emma is playing hard to get. Suddenly, Emma sees that a comic blogger she follows has also gotten married today, marrying the person they have secretly admired for years, and she feels very happy for them. At Reed's doorstep, his family and the maid are eagerly waiting for Reed to bring Emma home. Reed's sister Jennifer knows about Reed's secret crush on Emma, so she is also very happy for him. Just then, Reed arrives with Emma. Jennifer warmly welcomes the elegant and beautiful Emma. Emma's manners win the affection of Stephen and Mother Ruby. Jennifer teases Reed, saying that Emma is so beautiful. No wonder Reed has been unable to forget about her for years. Ruby, after learning about Emma's family situation, grows to like Emma even more. The warm welcome from Reed's family makes Emma feel the warmth of a family. After dinner, as Emma leaves, she also receives many gifts from Reed's family. Before departing, Ruby prepares a takeaway cake for Emma, which touches Emma deeply. Reed's family watches them leave. In the car, Emma feels that the gifts are too extravagant, but Reed's words warm her heart, making tonight a happy one for her. After Emma gets out of the car, Reed receives a congratulatory call from a friend. Touching the love bite on his neck, Reed also feels genuine happiness. Mason is still worried about Emma's situation when suddenly, Sheldon sees the news that Anna has inherited property. This means Mason needs to accelerate the process of marrying Anna for the company's benefit. Reed and Alan are having a heart-to-heart talk over drinks. Alan is surprised to see the love bite on Reed's neck, especially when he finds out it was left by Emma. He congratulates him on finally marrying Emma. Emma encounters Jennifer. It turns out Jennifer purposely came to give Emma a ride to work and prepared a hearty breakfast for her. Watching Emma enjoy the meal, Jennifer intentionally shows off to Reed. After returning to the company, Lily continues to mock Emma. In Lily's view, Emma has always liked Mason, who needs to marry a capable and powerful wife, making Mason and Anna the most suitable match. As they argue, Anna happens to come to the company for a meeting. Anna overhears Lily's mockery and finds it absurd. She has always admired Emma and stands up for her, reprimanding Lily. Mason then takes the opportunity to dismiss Lily. On the other side, Reed is still eagerly awaiting news from Emma during the meeting, frequently checking his phone, much to everyone's surprise. Even if it's just a notification sound, Reed hopes it's a message from Emma, but it's nothing. Mason wants Emma to welcome Anna, but Anna happens to be busy with other tasks. So he instructs other employees to notify Emma as soon as they see her to come to the office. Upon her return, Emma is puzzled by Mason's behavior, but follows the instructions and goes to the office. Once in the office, Mason asks Emma why she took an unexplained day off yesterday and didn't respond to messages all day. Emma firmly states that she followed the normal procedure for taking a day off yesterday. Mason is very angry because in his past experience, Emma has never treated him with this attitude, so he is very puzzled by this. However, since hearing Mason's derogatory remarks about her, Emma has completely given up on Mason. Moreover, she is now married to Reed. Reed's kindness made her realize that it was a mistake to unilaterally treat Mason well in the past. She confesses that she got married yesterday, which Mason finds unbelievable. He can't believe that Emma, who has always loved him deeply, would suddenly get married. Furthermore, Emma mentions resigning, which enrages Mason. He scolds Emma, warning her not to regret her decision after making it. Emma remains calm, promises not to bother Mason anymore, and decisively leaves the office. Mason informs Sheldon about Emma's impending resignation, leaving Sheldon incredulous. Sheldon initially wants to advise Mason to stop Emma, but Mason believes Emma is deliberately being difficult and is not willing to apologize to her. He believes that Emma's love for him will eventually bring her back. As Emma collects her resignation belongings from the company's front desk, she discards the necklace Mason gave her in the trash and leaves decisively. At this moment, Reed has long been waiting downstairs for Emma to finish work. Emma is surprised by Reed's presence and his gesture of picking her up after work. Reed kindly takes the items from her hands and places them in the car. Seeing Emma looking downcast, Reed naturally moves closer to her, surprising Emma. Learning that Emma has resigned, Reed is somewhat unable to contain his happiness. However, noticing Emma's sadness, he decides to take her out to relax. Before driving off, he gently fastens her seatbelt for her. As they lock eyes, the atmosphere gradually becomes more ambiguous, making Emma very shy. Reed's comforting words provide Emma with solace, and her mood begins to brighten. Inside the amusement park, Emma approaches Reed with 2 cups of milk tea, and the two playfully engage with each other. Meanwhile, Reed secretly blows up a balloon shaped like a pig for Emma. Presenting the balloon to her, Reed surprises Emma. Their bond continues to deepen. On the other side, Mason, upon seeing a new photo posted by Emma, becomes extremely curious about who took the picture. Earlier, Emma added Sheldon as a friend to keep up with Mason's latest updates. Surprisingly, she has now unfriended Sheldon. Mason wants to approach Emma for clarification, but ultimately gets thwarted by Sheldon. On this day, Reed visits Emma's home. Suddenly, Emma discovers that her favorite comic blogger has updated about him and his new wife, which greatly surprises her. At that moment, Reed presents some equity transfer contracts. It turns out Reed has prepared these equity transfer and property transfer agreements to protect Emma's interests, which astonishes Emma. Soon after, a lawyer arrives at Emma's home. As they are about to leave, they encounter Emma's former colleague, Ellie. Emma introduces Reed as her husband, leaving Ellie extremely shocked. Seeing the various equity contracts, Emma is overwhelmed with gratitude. Reed, with kind lies, assures Emma not to worry, stating that in case of a divorce in the future, he will not incur any loss, surprising the lawyer nearby, who senses Reed's love for Emma. However, to play it safe, Emma decides to show the contracts to her friend first to inquire about them. Reed even prepares the breakfast for Emma, which surprises Emma at his thoughtfulness. The lawyer, witnessing their sweetness, excuses himself and steps outside. Emma's adorable eating demeanor captivates Reed, who absent-mindedly watches her. Suddenly, Emma receives a call from her friend, who informs her that the contract maximally protects Emma's interests, leaving her deeply moved. On this day, Mason's rumored girlfriend, the famous star Lucy, comes to the company to sign a contract. People discuss this event, mocking Emma for chasing Mason for 10 years in vain. Ellie mentions the recent fact that Emma is already married. Mason happens to overhear this and reprimands them for spreading rumors about Emma being married. They find his reaction strange and wonder why he got so angry. At that moment, Ellie reveals encountering Emma and her husband near the rental house, surprising everyone. Sheldon overhears this and inquires about Emma. Upon learning the news, he discreetly takes Ellie aside to inquire further. As expected from Ellie, Sheldon discovers that Emma is indeed married. Feeling alarmed, he swiftly arranges for Ellie to return to work and hurriedly contacts Mason. On the other side, Emma is in the process of selecting a new residence. Reed's family has gifted many bridal houses to Emma. Reed's family really likes Emma, but because they are unsure of Emma's preferences, they have given her many different villas or houses. Emma is also hesitating about which one to move into. Reed is also providing suggestions based on Emma's preferences and interests. With Reed's help, she finally chooses a house she loves the most and decides to move out today. Before moving out, the housekeeper finds a box of gifts containing items that Mason had once given her, along with past memories. Emma decides to throw them all away, bidding farewell to the past. Sheldon rushes to inform Mason about Emma's marriage news. However, Mason still doesn't believe it. In his view, Emma has loved him for 10 years, always being understanding and supportive. He cannot believe that Emma would suddenly change her mind. At this moment, Sheldon presents Emma's marriage certificate to Mason. Looking at Emma's marriage certificate, Mason finds it unbelievable and thinks it's fake. He quickly tries to call Emma, but she has already changed her number, so he doesn't get through. This increases his anxiety, prompting him to decide to go to Emma's house to inquire further. He arrives near Emma's home, but surprisingly, Mason doesn't know her apartment number. They then encounter Ellie, who informs them that Emma is preparing to move out, leaving Mason even more surprised. Sheldon smoothly changes the subject. On this day, after work, Reed brings a bouquet of flowers to Emma. Seeing the bouquet and card prepared by Reed himself, Emma feels extremely surprised. Not only that, Reed's artistic style and the influencer he follows are remarkably similar to hers. Reed presents a beautiful ring, which astonishes Emma. Furthermore, Reed pulls out a men's ring, hoping Emma will put it on for him. Emma takes it, teasing Reed for being so ceremonial, and slowly puts the ring on for him, amused. Reed stops Emma as she is about to return to her room, hands her the ring, but accidentally drops it. Suddenly, Emma gets an idea and pretends to be angry, demanding Reed to ceremoniously hand her the ring again. Reed doesn't get upset and instead complies with Emma's request. Seeing the gentle Reed, Emma feels respected and loved. Reed also escorts Emma back to her room. Once in the room, Emma looks at her artwork and decides to pick up her paintbrush again. Due to Emma's marriage, Mason seems to have lost his rationality. Sheldon immediately informs Mark, who comforts Mason but unexpectedly reveals that Emma's husband is Reed. This news comes as a bolt from the blue, leaving Mason very surprised. Before knowing who Emma's spouse was, Mason held on to a glimmer of hope, but now he fully understands that Emma is indeed married to someone else. Mark also mentions that Reed's recent social media posts are all about his love life, further agitating Mason. Mason snatches Mark's phone, scrolling through Reed's recent social media updates about Emma. Seeing pictures of Reed and Emma at an amusement park, Mason becomes even angrier. He dials Reed's number. Mark believes that Mason has gone mad at this point, so Mark and Sheldon join forces to wrestle the phone away from Mason. After Mark takes the phone, Sheldon immediately covers Mason's mouth to prevent him from saying anything crazy. Just then, the call connects, prompting Mark to quickly change his tune, congratulating Emma and Reed on their marriage. After hanging up the phone, Mason is puzzled by Mark's behavior, but Mark argues that over the years, Mason never reciprocated Emma's love, so Emma marrying Reed is reasonable. These words deeply hurt Mason. He eventually angrily knocks Mark to the ground. Emma is eating the cake that Reed brought back after work, wondering why Reed is so kind to her. Reed explains that in his home, a husband should treat his wife well, a value instilled by his family from a young age. What Emma doesn't know is that Reed also loves her, hence his willingness to make sacrifices for her. Reed's gaze makes Emma a bit shy. However, Emma suddenly feels a bit sad because she believes that her marriage to Reed happened suddenly due to a one-night stand and parental pressure, making her unsure of Reed's feelings towards her. She is torn between hope and fear, worrying that one day Reed might find his true love and decide to divorce her. As Reed gets up to leave, Emma, lost in her thoughts, accidentally bumps into Reed's back. Even though Emma doesn't feel her forehead is very painful, Reed is very nervous and takes her back to the room to apply a cold compress to her forehead. Reed hands Emma an ice pack, and she applies it to her forehead. Suddenly, she notices the art books on Reed's bedside table and is surprised to learn that Reed studied art in college. She finds it unbelievable, and the two of them enthusiastically discuss art-related topics. What she doesn't know is that Reed chose to study art because of her. Seeing the lovely Emma, Reed couldn't help but smile. When Reed comes downstairs, Emma is arranging the flowers Reed brought. He quickly takes the scissors from Emma's hand to arrange the flowers. They engage in a cheerful conversation. Emma is surprised by Reed's versatility and curious about his proficiency in various things. Suddenly, they lock eyes, making the atmosphere between them more ambiguous. They return to their rooms together. Emma bids Reed goodnight sneakily and back to her room. Once in her room, Emma takes out her old SIM card, preparing to bid farewell to the past. Sheldon visits Mark, puzzled about why Mark intentionally provokes Mason. Upon learning about Reed's recent actions, Mark believes that Emma marrying Reed is a good choice. For Emma, Reed takes a photograph of a 6 billion ring, the crown jewel, solely to give it to Emma as an engagement ring. Mason finds it unbelievable. Mark then mentions that Reed is also transferring his ownership shares to Emma, further hurting Mason. Mark advises Mason to move on and live well, urging him not to entangle himself with Emma anymore. Despite Mark's advice, Mason is still unwilling to give up. Mason sits in the office staring at the ring's promotional page, lost in thought. Sheldon brings him documents to sign and advises Mason that time heals everything. Thinking it might be a message from Emma, Mason hurriedly grabs his phone, only to discover it isn't from her. Recalling his past neglect of Emma, Mason begins to regret his actions. Reed wakes up to find a news release from Mason's company's PR department titled, "The Person Mason Truly Loves," subtly mentioning Emma, seemingly expressing loyalty. Jennifer expresses concern about this, believing Reed should retaliate and protect the girl he loves. Reed, as Emma's legal spouse, feels no need for further action. Reflecting on their school days with Emma, Reed firmly believes that Emma won't turn back to Mason's covert displays of affection. The next morning, Reed surprises Emma with breakfast from a place near their college that they used to enjoy. Feeling happy and a bit shy, Emma brings up how Reed was popular on campus and many girls liked him. Reed senses jealousy from Emma and decides to dress more conservatively to avoid attention from others. Thinking Reed is joking, Emma playfully approves of his plan. Reed leaves the table upon hearing Emma's words, and Emma wonders where he's going. A while later, Emma is surprised to see Reed, wearing long sleeves, pants, and a mask. She didn't expect him to take her words seriously. It's the first time Emma feels truly valued, and she is very surprised. Emma receives a gift from Reed, a new phone with the password set as her birthday. Reed messages her, revealing that he wore a mask all day and even took a photo to prove it. Amused, Emma is tickled by his actions. Reed, distracted by Emma's message while his subordinate reports, can't resist checking his phone. To further express his joy, Reed arranges a cash prize lottery for the company employees to celebrate their marriage. Norris, intrigued by Reed's actions, visits Mark at the hospital. They are surprised at how quickly Reed got married and how steadfast he seems in his love for Emma. Recalling their university days, they suspect Reed may have had a crush on Emma since early on. Deep in thought, Norris decides to have a valuable painting sent to Reed to congratulate him on his marriage. Sheldon visits Mark at the hospital and mentions the speculation about Reed secretly loving Emma. Initially finding it absurd, they eventually gather the courage to ask Reed for confirmation. From Reed's response, they finally understand that Reed has been secretly in love with Emma for 10 years. Reed's gaze slightly unfocuses, memories flashing back to that hot and noisy midsummer day. 17-year-old Emma candidly expressed her admiration and persistence in loving Mason. The sunlight made her golden hair hot to the touch. When faced with the inquiry, she simply wiped off the beads of sweat on her nose, stating that love indeed requires courage. Reed admires but also respects Emma's decision. Intending to continue his silent love, Emma receives a gift from Reed, a painting and a bouquet of flowers. Reed didn't mention to Emma that the painting is special. He had deliberately commissioned the renowned artist Frank to create it, symbolizing Reed's hidden love for Emma over the past decade. On the other side, Frank, being interviewed by reporters, is questioned about his most valuable painting. He states that the most expensive painting has already been acquired by the most suitable person and won't be sold. Before going to bed, Emma accidentally sees Reed just after he has showered, drying his hair, his abs faintly visible. Blushing and heart-racing, Emma, faced with Reed's desire-filled gaze, tries to find something to change the subject and quickly retreats to her room. Among the flowers Reed gave her, Emma discovers that the style of the painting resembles that of a favorite cartoonist of hers. The next day, Mason suddenly shows up at Reed's office. Mason angrily insists that Reed shouldn't think marrying Emma means he has won, as she will always love him. Reed calmly organizes his documents, completely ignoring Mason's anger. He believes that Emma's marriage certificate bears his name, and as for her heart, left speechless by Reed's retorts, Mason is eventually escorted out by security. Mason receives a call summoning him back to the company urgently by his father. Upon entering the office, he sees his father angrily sits there. His father reprimands him for mixing personal matters with business, letting a woman interfere with important affairs. Mason hangs his head, unable to argue back, cold sweat forming on his forehead. His sister watches nonchalantly, a subtle smile on her lips, clearly enjoying her brother's embarrassment. Patting Mason's shoulder, she mockingly taunts him. Clenching his fists, Mason is determined not to give up. Frank has surprisingly started following Emma's social media account. Emma is very surprised and, upon inquiring with Reed, she learns that Frank is actually Reed's friend. Frank invites Emma to an offline art exhibition, and Emma asks Reed if she can go. Reed verbally agrees that she can, but deep down, he feels a bit jealous. As Emma passes by a flower shop, she suddenly gets an idea and decides to prepare a surprise for Reed as well. While choosing flowers, she calls Reed on her phone and casually asks if he would like a small cake brought home. When she returns home, Emma presents the carefully arranged bouquet to Reed. When the bouquet appears before Reed, who has always pursued Emma, he is momentarily stunned. It's the first time this girl he loves has given him flowers, and he feels a bit overwhelmed. In that moment, Reed's social media account gets updated. Emma's gift for him is displayed prominently, and although the accompanying message is simple, the pride and joy she feels are evident between the lines. Unbeknownst to Reed, Emma's heart has long been occupied by him. She quietly observes him from a distance, feeling his warm thoughtfulness and constant self-discipline, deeply admiring him, but also feeling a tinge of regret. Every time she considers expressing her love, she finds his perfection overwhelming and doesn't know where to start. They go to the pier together. Emma stands quietly by Reed's side, both of them thoroughly enjoying this intimate moment and smile at each other. The time spent together has ignited a strong sense of motivation within Emma. She realizes she can't just follow Reed's pace anymore if she ever wants their relationship to progress. Determined to take the lead and push their bond forward, Emma seeks advice and encouragement from her friends. After browsing some sexy lingerie online, she selects an outfit that she feels showcases her charm the best, pondering how to make everything special. Emma then calls the butler, requesting a bottle of wine to make the night even more romantic. Excited yet nervous, she prepares for the upcoming beautiful evening. Holding a bouquet of roses, he eagerly heads home, imagining Emma's smile. Upon opening the door, a faint scent of alcohol fills the air as Emma, slightly tipsy, collapses softly into his arms like a delicate flower. Emma playfully lifts her head, caressing Reed's throat gently, her eyes sparkling with a dreamy light. The next day, as Emma wakes up to find nothing happened, she feels a slight disappointment but can't help but smile. Clearly, the intimate moment had an effect. Reed starts flirting with her more actively, expressing gentleness and care in his words, much to Emma's delight. She knows her efforts weren't in vain, and as they move forward, she senses more possibilities awaiting them on the horizon. Emma looks at the ties in front of her, carefully choosing one. She furrows her brow slightly, thinking about which one would best complement his demeanor. Reed watches her quietly, a hint of indulgent smile on his face. Emma picks up a tie and asks Reed's opinion, her eyes shining with anticipation. While out shopping, Mason's sister spots Emma and Reed, greeting them with a friendly smile. However, Mason's sister secretly schemes, wanting to give her brother a small thrill. She calls Mason and slyly informs him that Emma seems very happy now, being with Reed, and their relationship looks incredibly sweet, as if she no longer loves him. Meanwhile, Sheldon receives a call from Mason, confirming the information provided by her sister, feeling concerned for Mason. Emma and Reed are engrossed in a childish game of who should pay for this gift, paying little attention to others. They then enter a toy store together, where Reed, aware of Emma's love for cute dolls, expresses eagerness to help her grab a few. Reed's voice is filled with anticipation and warmth. Although Emma recalls Reed's luck being a bit off, expressing concern, she doesn't stop him. Reed hands the items to Emma, takes off his jacket, and excitedly heads towards. However, it seems Reed's pert posterior captures Emma's attention even more. Emma gets drunk again. Suddenly, the door opens, and Reed returns home from work, causing Emma's heart to race. She rushes towards Reed, playfully and anxiously asking him how she can make him fall in love with her. Her voice is soft and tinged with a hint of intoxication, as if expressing the desires of her heart. Reed looks down at Emma's sleeping face, his eyes filled with affection. The next morning, Emma wakes up, still not fully recovered from the hangover, holding her head. Reed, with a touch of reproach and concern, advises Emma not to drink anymore. Emma, frustrated, turns to leave, but Reed quickly gets up, grabs her, and finally speaks his heart, leaving Emma surprised and touched. Reed picks up the phone and contacts his assistant to prepare a special gift for Emma. Full of anticipation, he thinks about how to surprise her. Reed covers Emma's eyes to give her a surprise, and Emma is deeply moved. They share a passionate kiss. Later, Emma happily calls Jennifer over, and together they sit down. Emma explains to Jennifer the thoughtfulness behind Reed's gift. They eagerly unwrap the gift. As each capsule toy falls out, one surprise after another, it's clear these gifts touch Emma's heart. When Reed returns, Jennifer tactfully leaves. Reed approaches Emma, embraces her, gently takes her hand, and playfully teases her, asking if she prefers what they just experienced or the diamond ring he gifted earlier. Reed's flirtation makes Emma blush. Soon after, they head to Grandpa's house together. Grandpa welcoming them with a smile, kindly presenting them with a wedding gift. Her nervousness gradually fades. She feels warmth and acceptance, breathing a sigh of relief. Back in the car, Emma's mood becomes more relaxed. Reed draws close, his voice deep and magnetic, telling Emma that she is the best gift God has given him. Emma offers him a kiss. Reed originally wants to accompany Emma abroad to see an art exhibition, but due to the busy schedule, he has to stay in the country. Despite this, he still misses Emma. Emma finally meets the painter Frank, whom she has always admired. Frank warmly welcomes Emma's arrival. Seeing everything new, Emma is particularly happy. Suddenly, she discovers that her favorite comic blogger has posted a picture of Reed and her marriage certificate. Flipping through past comics, Emma finally realizes that Reed has been secretly in love with her for 10 years. Feeling Reed's love, she can't help but cry and decides to return home immediately. By chance, she finds a photo of herself from her student days in Reed's book, further feeling Reed's love. Seeing Reed's figure, this time she rushes towards him without hesitation. Reed, who has been silently admiring Emma for 10 years, finally receives Emma's acceptance and embrace. Reed gently wipes the tears from Emma's cheeks as she looks at him in tears, and Emma bravely and actively kisses him. In the car, Emma holds Reed's hand tightly with red eyes. She feels sorry for Reed, who has been silently in love with her for years, and she also fears that Reed might not think she is as good as he imagines. However, Reed doesn't feel that way. Once they arrive home, they sleep intimately embraced. The next day, Emma teasingly tells Reed that he made her feel very tired last night. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Reed is surprised to find that Emma remembers his birthday and has prepared a surprise for him. Reed happily puts on the shirt Emma gave him, and Emma gently ties his tie for him. Reed feels a bit jealous, but Emma explains that she hasn't tied a tie for anyone else. Mason, unable to reach Emma, seeks out John to get Emma's contact information. However, John is unwilling to cooperate. After mocking Mason, John leaves, reminding Mason not to come near his sister before departing, leaving Mason with a sad expression. Suddenly, Emma receives a call from John. Due to their father's infidelity, John hopes Emma will come back to claim a share of the inheritance, but Emma is not interested. As Reed enters, Emma purposely lies down on the bed, hoping Reed will lift her up. Reed holds the beautiful Emma, and at this moment, she reveals the surprise she has prepared. Curious about what the gift might be, Reed is distracted during dinner. Finally, after much persuasion from Reed, Emma agrees to let him open the gift. However, Reed unwraps a collar bell, which intrigues him. Shyly wanting to escape, Emma is wrapped in Reed's arms, preventing her from leaving, making her even shyer. Emma goes to pick up the drunken Reed. Seeing the typically aloof Reed being so clingy and even acting cute towards Emma surprises Reed's friends. Taking advantage of Reed being drunk, Emma intentionally captures the moment with a camera. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. To Emma, the drunken Reed appears especially adorable. When Reed wakes up, Emma is preparing a hangover remedy for him. In that moment, he feels happy. He approaches Emma, embraces her, and expresses his current happiness and love for her. This makes Emma especially happy. At this moment, Emma also feels lucky. Emma receives a message from Mary asking her to come home. Unexpectedly, she runs into Mason, who has been waiting nearby for her return. Mason is very happy to see Emma. He holds her hand, reluctant to let her go, expressing his longing for her and regret for the past. Reed initially wants to drive Mason away, but Emma decides to explain things to Mason. For the past 10 years, Emma has deeply loved Mason, and every decision she made was for him. However, Mason has only taken her sacrifices for granted, never reciprocating her feelings or love. Upon hearing Mason's derogatory remarks and belittling comments about her, Emma has accumulated enough disappointment and decides to completely let him go. Now she has found true love with Reed, whom she married, and she is overwhelmed with a happiness she has never experienced before. Mason can't believe that Emma no longer loves him and wants to continue pursuing her. At that moment, John emerges with a baseball bat and Emma leaves quickly. Mary wants to share a portion of her property with Emma, but Emma, being her foster daughter, is hesitant to accept. Mary believes that as long as someone is part of the family, blood relations are not the most important factor. At the dining table, Emma finally understands Mary's intentions. Despite Mary not showing much warmth towards her over the years, she has never mistreated Emma. John teases Emma, who has finally found her own happiness. As her brother, he is delighted for Emma. He mentions the recent conversation between Emma and Mason, sparking Reed's curiosity. John recounts Emma's thoughts and feelings towards Reed, making Emma shy and prompting her to quickly leave the scene. In the car, the sweet interaction between Emma and Reed makes John feel like a third wheel. On this day, Reed is reading a post online, which turns out to be a previous plea from Emma seeking advice about their relationship. Emma suddenly realizes that something is amiss and immediately stops Reed from reading further. Reed obediently follows Emma's words. Emma's unusual behavior piques Reed's curiosity, and with some coaxing from Reed, Emma finally admits that she has long been in love with him, even though she didn't confess it back then. In this moment, Reed once again feels happiness. For him, being able to win the love of Emma, whom he has secretly admired for 10 years, is a source of great joy. He embraces Emma completely. The family goes on an outing, and as Reed holds the beautiful Emma, surrounded by their happy family, he feels contentment and lucky.